Hey party people, protecting your valuable things is always a priority when you're traveling, especially when you're traveling carry-on only or personal item only, because you're bringing so few things with you that it would be difficult to replace if you lost one of them. So today we're looking at 3 protective hard-sided cases from a brand called ProCase. We have their ProCase Hat Travel Hard Case that retails typically for $45.99 US, but it's currently on sale for $29.99 US. It holds 5 to 6 hats, but I'm going to see if it can hold up to 10. You have the ProCase External Hard Drive Protective Case to protect your important data, or if you need to do some video editing or edit photos while you're on the road, if you're a creative professional, this could be really helpful for you. It typically retails for $41.99, but it's currently on sale for $14.99. And then you have the ProCase Electric Toothbrush Hard Travel Case. Typically retailing for $32.99 US, it's now on sale for $14.99 US. So let's take a look at each of these cases individually. We'll go over their features, we'll load them up with gear, and then at the end, I'll put all 3 of them into a travel backpack to see how well they fit. Also, if you decide that you want to pick up any of this gear, I have a 15% off coupon if you use the link and the code in my description below. So make sure you do if you want to pick up any of these, because it gives you 15% off site-wide for ProCase, and you could find all kinds of different cases that you might need to use and save yourself a little bit of money, so check it out. First up, we have the ProCase Hat Travel Hard Case. Like I said, retails for $45.99 US typically, but it's on sale for just under $30 right now. It measures in at 15 by 5 by around 7 inches. And it's not super lightweight, but it's not super heavy. It's somewhere in the middle. I would say that it weighs under a pound, but it is kind of bulky, so if you're doing personal item travel, it may be kind of difficult to fit this inside. Whereas if you have a large suitcase or a large carry-on backpack, this may be able to fit. But it's just a way to protect your baseball caps. You can see the shape of it. It's a hard-sided case, so it's very protective. It's made from this really dense kind of EVA material. It's got some breathing holes so that your hats don't get mildewy or stinky, and allows them to dry if they get sweat on them. You have a D-ring up at the top and a D-ring up at the bottom, as well as a detachable carry strap. And it's an adjustable carry strap that has some little plastic buckles here and a little bit of padding if you're carrying it via your shoulder. But for me, I don't personally ever see a scenario where I'm going to carry this over my shoulder. That seems a little bit weird to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and detach this because I would never actually use it for that. If you are someone who would use that, please let me know why. Why would you need to carry around 8 hats with you on your shoulder? What would exactly be the point of that? Unless you're like a hat salesman or something. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you would actually use this for anything. You have a nice beefy grab handle at the top that has this like fake leather coating, and it's nylon. Feels very beefy. This is way more useful to me to pull this in and out of backpacks or out of a trunk or from under a seat or a closet or something. So that's really useful. You have pretty beefy, nice zippers here. They're not like YKK or anything. I think they're unbranded, but having a double zipper here is nice, so you can fully unzip this from either side. Then the bottom of this kind of has like a flat profile, and it's like a platform to put your hats on. And then the top of it is more shaped like a hat. You can see it comes down to the brim here. It's got some ribbing for her pleasure, and it's just a really nice sort of shape to the hat container here. Then it comes with this little insert here where if you're really worried about the back of your hat shape, maintaining its shape, you could put this at the back here and kind of line up all your hats against it. Like if I took my hat and I really wanted to keep its shape, I could put it up against there and it keeps its shape really nicely. But I think because this is a hard case and these are hats I'm gonna be wearing, I don't care that much about the back of it. I just want the brim to be protected, and this case would give it that. So I'd probably just load it in like that. This is my merch hat, the Keep, Gift, Donate, Sell. You can pick it up at a link below in the description. So let's see how many hats I can fit in here. I have my Weezer hat from my Weezer concert. There's 2. The Phillies cap, 3. My Ghost hat, 4. My Kooks Only from Kookaburra Coffee, 5. My Mothman hat from Angry Minnow Vintage, love that company. My Super Bowl champion hat from the Eagles last season, go Birds. My Pixies hat from my Pixies concert. And my LACMA hat from the last time I was in LA. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hats. And I think I can actually fit all 9 in here if I kind of squish them up like that. So let's see. Okay, so I think 9 is pushing it. Let's take 2 out. So we have 7 in here. And 7 fits in here absolutely beautifully. So I would say I would go with 7 or less hats. I think you could fit 8, but I kind of didn't want to squish it anymore. I want them to kind of keep their shape. So I'm going to go with 7, and 7 is plenty for me. And to be honest, I can't really think of a time where I would need to bring more than like 2 hats on a trip. I would never bring 7 hats on a trip. So while I'm going to test this to see how it fits in a backpack, I would personally never bring a protective hat case while I was traveling because I'm typically traveling personal item only. Instead, why I think this is a great product is just for protecting your hats when they're at home, shoving them in a closet, shoving them under a bed, putting them in a storage box. If you want hat storage, this is absolutely great hat storage. And also, from a minimalist perspective, this is really useful for me because it allows me to not keep buying and keep keeping too many hats. It allows me to have 7 hats. I can use that to allocate space. So I can say I have 7 hats. Once I get another hat that I want to wear, I have to get rid of one. It allows me to control my environment and keep my possessions in check so that I'm not buying too many hats and having a ton of clutter. I only have 7 that I allow myself. So I really like this case, but like I said, I wouldn't personally use this for travel. If you have a large family, that's where I see it coming into play. If you have a bunch of kids, you, your partner, and all your children may want to bring like 4, 5, 6 different hats. Or if you're going to multiple sporting events for different teams and you want to wear a hat for each one or different concerts, that could be a use case. For me, I'm going to use this to store my hats at home, and I think it's really great for that. Next up is the ProCase external hard drive protective case. Like I said, it typically retails for $41.99, but it's currently on sale for just under $15 US. I like this nice red colorway. It looks very chunky and beefy and that it's very protective. And it's hard-sided, but not like super rigid. So if you had something that was super delicate inside, you can press it down a little bit. So just be mindful of that. It should be fine for something like an external hard drive, but if you have something super delicate, I might put something over top of it as padding. It comes with a little carabiner as well as a lanyard. I just attached them both together to this little D-ring, but you could do one or the other or neither. It has a decent zipper, not YKK like I said, but it is an okay functioning zipper. The inside of it has this little elastic band with this puffy texture on the back that feels very padded and nice. There's another little padding flap here. And then you have these 2 little sleeves that would be good for like dongles or micro SDs or regular size SDs. And then you have a little pocket here of mesh that you could use for like the accessories or the cords or whatever that go with it. So what I've got here is an external Seagate hard drive. And this fits extremely well into this little pocket here. It seems pretty universal. And then I also have this little SSD enclosure from Ugreen, and it has a nice little rubber padding on the outside. And I was able to take my old laptop's SSD, pop it into this guy, and then use it as an external hard drive. So for this one, I'm just gonna put it in this little mesh sleeve back here. And it fits in well. Then I just have my 2 cables. One is for the SSD enclosure, and the other one is for the Seagate hard drive. And I can kind of just fit them in at the top here. Press it down. Then I just have my Anchor micro SD and regular SD card reader that goes to USB-C, and it has an SD card in it. And I can put that in the little sleeve right here. And then I can close this all up. And there you go. I have 2 external hard drives, all their cables, as well as a micro SD reader and a micro SD card, all in one little protective case that has a nice little carry handle. So I think that's a really nice product as well. And this would be really useful for someone like me who does some video and photo editing when I'm on the road. So I'm definitely going to be using this on some trips coming up. And as to its measurements, this case measures in at 4.5 by 2.5 by a little under 2 inches wide when it's loaded out. So it's very compact, and this would work well in my personal item only packing scenarios. Then lastly, I have the ProCase Electric Toothbrush Hard Travel Case. This typically retails for $32.99, but it's on sale right now for just under $15 US. It's a really nice hard-sided case that looks almost like a pencil case. It's hard-sided though, and it's to carry an electric toothbrush. Just like the other cases, it has this little D-ring, and it comes with a little lanyard, which I think is nice for like pulling it out of a bag or backpack or suitcase. It has a nice little double zipper here. Again, it's not YKK, but they're decent zippers, and I like that they're doubled. On the inside of the case, you have one side here where you'd put the toothbrush body, and it has a little elastic strap. Then this other side is for like its charger, accessories, as well as the heads for the toothbrush. So I wanted to see if I could fit my electric toothbrush inside. So I have my charger here. I have a little thing of travel floss. I have my Philips Sonicare electric toothbrush. I have the head for it. And I have a little travel thing of toothpaste. So I'm going to put the body over on this right side here. And it fits in nicely. Then I'm going to wrap up the charger and try to tuck it down below. Well, that's not going to work all together. I'm going to have to take the base out like this. Stick that down there. And then keep the cords up at the top like that. And then I'm just going to put the head over on this side because there's plenty of room there. And I can also fit the toothpaste right there so that things aren't bopping around. And then as far as the floss, I can kind of just tuck it in at the top there. So we can close this up. There you go. It fits my toothbrush as well as all these optional accessories. As far as its dimensions, it measures in at about 7 inches by 2 inches by about 1 3/4 inches. So it's very compact. I like that it has the little grab handle, and this is a really nice way to carry your electric toothbrush. Now let's see how it fits into a travel backpack. So this is the Osprey Daylight 26+6 expandable travel backpack. I just wanted to see how it would fit inside of this. So let's open up the main clamshell. And like I said, without expansion, this is only 26 liters, but it goes up to 32 liters if you unzip the expansion. But I'm just going to leave it in the 26 just to give you a size comparison. Because it's the big boy, let's put the hat case in first. Then I have the external hard drive case. And finally, the electric toothbrush case. So then, if I zip this up, you can see this is viable even for personal item only travel. If you packed very little clothing, you could fit all 3 of these things in there. So they're not massively huge, but the hat one does take up a good bit of space. So just keep that in mind if you're going to bring it along on a family trip. You may want to put it in a larger carry-on backpack or into some kind of suitcase. So there you have it, a full review and testing of the ProCase Hat Travel Hard Case, the ProCase External Hard Drive Protective Case, and the ProCase Electric Toothbrush Hard Travel Case. These are 3 great hard travel cases, and I've actually used ProCase products for a while, even before I started this channel. I've gone over their tool roll tech kit in a previous video when I first started the channel, and I still use that to this day, and that thing's like 7 years old for me. So they make really quality products, and if you need protective gear for the stuff that you carry or that you travel with in your EDC or your travel setup, then check them out. Use the link and the code in the description below for 15% off. And please let me know in the comments what you think of these products, or if you have other hard case products that you think I should review or that you recommend or that you've had success with, because I really love learning about new products and testing them out for you guys. If you want to pick up my Vision Swell coffee mug, my hat, my t-shirt, my hoodie, anything like that as far as my merchandise goes, please check out the links in the description below because it helps the channel out a lot, and I try to make them as inexpensive and affordable as I can for you guys. Thank you as always for watching, and with all that being said, I will definitely see you in the next video. Take care.